Today we're going to learn about how to deliver a fitness nutritional coaching session. So it's all about building rapport with your client, setting some goals, some SMART goals with your client, making them feel comfortable in the session, having a look at the food diary, and then coming up with some actions that they can do for the next week or until you see them next. So today I have a client with me, Diane. She's 52 years old and she's booked a fitness nutritional consultation with me because she's experiencing some weight gain over the last 2 years, skin breakouts, and she's feeling really tired. So she's got a lot of stress going on in her job and she's decided to make an appointment with me. Hi Diane, how are you today?
I'm okay, and you?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
That's good.
So what did you get up to on the weekend?
Well, I went and played tennis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love tennis, yeah.
Where did you play?
Well, my aunt and uncle have got a tennis court. So,
Really?
Yeah, so it was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've been playing that for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did play it back at home in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
And you're lucky you've got access to a
I
tennis
know.
court here.
I know.
Fantastic.
It's
Good.
great. Yeah.
Well, it was great to meet you last week, and
Yeah.
thanks for making the consultation today. And what we're going to talk about today is, your reasons for making a fitness nutrition consultation appointment with me. We'll set up some goals for you and some actions so that you can achieve those goals. How does that sound?
No, that sounds great.
Oh,
Yes.
great, excellent. And I'd like to just let you know as well, Diane, any of the information that you talk about with me today is confidential. So I'll be taking notes throughout our consultation, and those notes are kept in a locked filing cabinet. So anything that you discuss with me is confidential. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that as well.
Oh, okay. No, that's great. Thanks.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
great.
Now, thanks for filling in the
Yes,
form. That's
great.
great.
I filled that out.
Excellent.
I think I filled out everything.
Yes, perfect, good. So this is really great. It gives me a lot of information so that I can get some background to why you come today and things like that moving forward.
Okay.
So you've mentioned here your occupation as a sales executive. So
Yes.
can you tell me a little bit about that? What's involved in that?
Well, it's for a pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm on the road most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
which I think has been my problem with gaining weight.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I haven't been eating properly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the reason why I've come here today
Yes.
really is I've put on a lot of weight
Okay.
and I can't fit into my clothes
Okay.
and my skin's erupting and I'm also tired and it's making me upset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the confidence like I should really have.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long has the weight gain been happening for you? When did you?
But it's about it's going on about 18 months. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the last 18 months, it's just sort of crept on and haven't done anything about it.
Okay. And previously, before, have you experienced any periods of weight gain?
No,
at all?
no,
No. So this
no,
is the
yeah,
first time.
yeah.
Okay. Now, just focusing on those main reasons, what we'll do is we'll note out some key goals for you to achieve. So, with the weight gain that you've experienced over the past couple of years, you've got an indication of how much that is and how much you would like to lose?
Yeah, I'd like to lose about 10 kilos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it should really sort of, I was thinking maybe slowly, sort
Okay.
of 6 months.
6
because
months,
Yeah,
okay.
I think because then, if it's slower, I think it stays off.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've experienced that.
Very wise.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so one of your goals, lose 10 kilograms
Yes,
by
about
6
6
months,
months.
end of September.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's definitely within the kind of time frame that we would expect, and it's not too fast. So about 2 kilograms a month is kind of what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So that's spot on there. Okay, great. Now, your energy levels, you mentioned you were tired
Yeah.
a bit of the time.
I get tired at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I, which is the wrong thing to do, I then go and buy Red Bull,
Okay.
which I know has got a lot of sugar, but it gives you a lot more energy.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, especially being in the car and having to meet clients.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
okay. So if you had to rate your energy levels now from a 0 to 10, say on average,
I would
0
say-
is no energy, 10 is energy.
I would say it's 6.
6,
Yeah.
6
yeah.
out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you like that to be? What's your goal for your energy?
Well, I would love to get to 10, but
10,
if it's 9, that's great. At least it's increasing it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So how about we have as another goal increasing your energy levels from 6 out of 10 to 9 out of 10.
To 9, yeah.
Would you be happy with that as a second
that
goal?
would be great, yeah.
Okay, great. So you've circled here as your main goals is to lose weight, tone up and have more energy. So those 2 goals that we've just talked about then will nail those 2 concerns for you.
That's great.
And what do you believe your concerns to be? You've mentioned that you're tired in the afternoon and you're kind of on the road all the time.
Well, I think my biggest concern is I'm not eating properly and I'm eating the wrong things.
Okay.
So I do a lot of entertaining.
Yes. Okay.
And I eat, instead of having fish for lunch, I have steak or fish and chips. So I'm eating the wrong thing.
Right.
I do a lot of entertaining. I think that's my biggest problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Related to your work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm eating and sitting.
Yes. Okay. So in terms of what you'd like out of this nutritional consultation today, what are you expecting?
What I'm expecting is literally help and some ideas from you.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Okay, great.
No problems. Excellent. All right, we've clarified your goals. Now I just want to talk a little bit more about your diet. So you've mentioned a few things. I just want to delve down into that a little bit. Now you've filled in this weekly diet diary.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That gives me a lot of information that you've sent through to me. So what we'll do is we'll go through this food diary. We'll have a little look at some areas that you might like to change or you think that it would be easy for you to change, and we'll go from there.
Okay, great.
Okay, so now just looking at your food diary here, there's a few things that jump out at me. What are some key things for you that you would like to change to improve your diet?
Well, I don't. The worst thing I do really is I know it's bad, but I don't have time. I don't do breakfast.
Okay.
In the morning, I don't have time. I just would like some suggestions from your side, something that's easy and quick.
Sure.
Because what I end up doing is going at 10 o'clock and then going buying junk food because I'm hungry. I'm hungry at 10.
Yes. Okay.
So then I go and buy a muffin or something that's not good for me.
Yes.
Because I'm hungry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see here that you're having your snacks, so free on some lollies, having cheese croissants. So that's about 10 o'clock when you're getting hungry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so breakfast is highlighted. Now let's have a little look at lunch here. So the lunches that you've written down here, they're mainly taking clients out
for
lunch, entertaining. Okay.
And then of course there's also the wine as well, which I know is not good for you.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, it is taking clients out and it is a full on, that's what I was, that's why I mentioned everything.
Yes.
You've got to be honest in this.
Oh yes, no, definitely the best way to go, for sure. Okay, well there's 2 things that we can start with. How about we have a look at lunch to start with?
Okay.
And how to make good choices, while you're still entertaining with clients.
Yes.
So what I could see here is there's a lot of chips, schnitzel, kind of deep fried food. What we could look at is perhaps changing some of those options to a grilled fish and vegetable option. So you're still going out wherever you are at the restaurant, it's just making different choices.
Yeah.
So fish, really good source, particularly your deep sea fish or your fatty fish. So salmon's a really good choice, tuna. They're high in essential fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids. So they are also can be really good for your skin, improving the health of your skin as well.
Oh, okay.
And great source of protein. So when you have protein, you feel fuller for longer. So about 30 to 40% longer than you would if you didn't have any protein, if you just had purely carbohydrates. Say for example a pasta meal at lunch. So protein, and as in fish, would be a really good addition for you into your lunches.
Okay.
And so just swapping out what you're having for a fish dish, and grilled fish is probably the way to go rather than your battered fish.
Yeah, and maybe incorporating a salad.
Yes, good idea.
Yeah.
Yep, salad or veggies, definitely. And then looking at your snacks, so here what we could look at doing is putting in some different snacks. So instead of the free on muffins, how are you with nuts? Do you enjoy eating nuts?
Yes,
Yes?
I do. I like
Okay.
almond nuts.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, what we could do is add some nuts in as your snack. So almonds are really great because they're
Yeah.
high in magnesium as well.
Okay.
So good for relaxing muscles and stress
Yeah.
as well.
Well, you see, that would be quite easy for me because then I
Okay.
can just put them in a container and
Yes.
leave them in the car.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
And so when I am really hungry
Yes.
and I feel like snacking, I've got it right there,
Perfect.
rather than having to get out of the car and then going to buy the wrong
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Excellent. Love it.
So that's
okay.
a good idea.
So pop those in the car.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so the other thing I wanted just to touch base with you is a concept called glycemic index. So a lot of the food here in your food diary that you've highlighted here, some pizza and chips and lollies and things like that, they're high. They've got a high glycemic index. So glycemic index it's really a ranking of foods or an indicator of how quickly that food will increase your blood glucose levels. So for example, a high glycemic index food, like lollies, will make your blood glucose go very, very quickly, skyrocket, and then you'll plummet. And then that's when you kind of need the Red Bull or something to keep going through the afternoon.
Oh yeah, I have heard of it, I just didn't know what it was.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
great,
So yeah, I've got some information that you can take away about it as
Okay.
well. It's very straightforward. Essentially, you want to get your diet into the lower glycemic index area for weight loss. So studies have shown that people that follow a lower glycemic index diet are more successful with their weight loss efforts. So that's where I'm going to encourage you to go down that path. And I've got a list here of specific foods, so make it really easy for you so that you know which foods. So you can see here that the lower glycemic index foods include things like quinoa, hummus, whole milk, fish, and beans and things like that, nuts. So some of the foods that we've already been talking about are in the lower glycemic index area. Higher glycemic index foods, so your white bread, bagels. So if you're having sandwiches, I just had a little look here. So sandwiches sometimes for lunch, croissants and friands often made out of white flour. They're higher glycemic index foods.
Well, that's great because that'll give me a great indication.
Yes.
It'll help me.
That's right. You can take that home, put it on your fridge, and you'll have it as a resource. Yeah, exactly. Now, I noticed here at dinner, so often having pasta and takeaways. So you mentioned in here that your boyfriend mainly cooks.
Yes, he does, because I get home late and he gets home before me.
Okay.
So yeah, he does all the cooking.
Okay. So if he's cooking pasta at the moment, how do you think he would cope with changing up and maybe cooking quinoa or some other grain?
Well, he knows how to cook rice and pasta.
Okay.
But he might freak out on a bit of different greenery, but I think he'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I'll do is I can email you 2 recipes on
Okay.
how to include quinoa into your diet, and it's very easy to cook, just pretty much like rice.
Yeah.
And the difference is that quinoa has a low glycemic index and is quite full of protein as well.
Okay.
So it's got a nutty flavour. So it's
And
really
you can
quite
get it
nice.
from the health shops, can you?
You can, yeah.
Okay, so what I
Very
think
easy.
I'd do is I would then just go and buy it.
Okay.
And then at least I can give it to him, and as I say, he knows how to cook rice, and if it's very similar,
Yes.
then at least there's one job done.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
Great.
I'll do that.
Okay, excellent. Sounds good.
And most health shops have it.
That's right.
Great.
Yeah, yeah. And some of the main supermarkets will as well.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, we've got a few actions there, for you to work on, and I think what we'll do is we'll work on a few actions each week,
Okay.
rather than doing 50 million changes to your diet, because you've got some great, you do have some good foods here in your diet, and so it's just a matter of changing a few things so that you can achieve your goals.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So basically, really, what I need to change is incorporate more fish into my diet,
Yes.
and the nuts as a snack, and maybe some more fruit, because I don't maybe fruit.
Yes.
And keep some fruit in the car.
Yes, that's a great idea. And With just on the glycemic index that we were talking about before, some fruits are a lower GI than others. So, for example, apples and pears and berries, they'd be good choices for you. And apples is something easy you can pop in.
Well, you just cut it up in the morning.
Yeah.
Or the night before, because I'm so rushed in the morning.
Yes.
As I said, that's why I don't have breakfast.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I cut it up the night before and leave it in the fridge, and then it's in a, you get those nice containers which keep food nice and fresh, and then I just leave it in the car.
Yeah.
So you're not tempted. I've got my nuts and I've got my fruit.
Yeah. Easy. Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, there's 3 actions that you can do right now. You did mention breakfast as a key point, so I just wanted to come back to that.
Okay.
So breakfast, you're rushed in the morning. You kind of tell me about your morning routine. What's
I get up. I've got it. Obviously, time-wise, it's pretty. I make my meetings first thing in the morning because we have a meeting in the office at 8.
Okay.
It's like a sales meeting.
Sure.
And then we're out on the road. So I really have to get up very early because if I wash my hair, then it takes time, as we all know.
Yes.
And so I'm literally up at 6 and I'm out at 7. Okay. So it takes, and then I just don't have the time in between to make anything or even think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm open to suggestions there.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of ideas that some of my other clients really like, and that's smoothies. So smoothies are something that are very, very quick to make, but can be really filling. And you could eat that in the car. So ideally you're sitting down and having a breakfast, but I'd rather you have something for breakfast than nothing. So perhaps making a smoothie, having that in the car.
With the fruits and can you incorporate the nuts maybe? Yeah,
you can pop the nuts into your smoothie. Yeah, that's a really good idea. So what I'll do is I'll also give you some recipes for 2 smoothie ideas.
Okay.
And they'll include some yogurt and some protein as well. So that'll keep you going, and that will mean that it's unlikely that at 10 o'clock you'll need to have the muffin and croissants and things like that. So that it will take you through to your lunch.
Okay, that'll be great.
Yeah.
I can always make it the night before.
You can, yes.
And just put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, and then I'll just get up and go.
Great idea. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so I think we've covered most things.
Yeah.
So just a couple of questions I wanted to ask you about your stress levels. So given that you're kind of on the road all the time, go and start up early, what would you say your stress levels are from 0 to 10? Say 0's no stress at all, 10 super stressed and very anxious. Where would you say average now?
At the moment, I would say it's pretty stressful because we've got targets to meet and things like that. So I would say it's well over 5, at least 5, if not more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very pressurised at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, financial year end and things like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your sleep. So, in terms of how do you find getting to sleep, and do you have enough sleep? So 0 is not very good sleep at all. 10 is excellent sleep. Where would you say your sleep
I'd say I'm about an 8 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to bed at about 10. So I don't go unless I'm really tired.
Okay.
Yeah, so I go to bed at about 10, and then as I say I'm up at 6. But I don't wake up during the night unless I have to go to the toilet or something.
Sure.
But otherwise I sleep right through.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm pretty good on that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to also touch back onto your food diary here. So you've noted here how you're feeling each day. So you've noted a couple of days that you felt bloated, a little bit tired in the morning or over full.
Yeah.
So we can link, if we look at your food diary and how you're feeling, we can link some of the higher glycemic index foods like having the pastas and things like that to feeling a bit bloated and not well.
Yeah.
But how generally is your digestion, would you say?
Well, I would say you're right actually. When I do have the pasta at lunchtime, then by 3 o'clock I'm tired and I'm bloated because I think it's just too much. Because I'm not walking around or anything like that. I'm just sitting in the car. Okay. The only time I ever walk out is when I just go from the car to the person's office, and then I'm sitting down having a meeting.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that the pasta, it's a bloated feeling there.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I go out and have the fish and chips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So
like you were saying, which I will then start doing now, is instead of having what I'm used to. Try and incorporate having the grilled fish rather than the battered fish. And instead of the pasta, have fish. Or maybe even chicken. Chicken could be good.
That's definitely a good option.
Grilled chicken breast is nice.
Perfect.
Rather than having all this, because, and I'm sure I'll notice that once I have that, I'm not going to feel that bloated and then having the Red Bull at 3 o'clock. So the whole scenario is just not what I'm doing. It's not working for me. So that's why I came to see you.
Great. Well, what I'll get you to do, Di, is for next week, do a similar weekly diet diary and incorporate those changes. So having the fish at lunchtime, the nuts, the low glycemic index fruits, grains.
Okay.
And we'll review that next week. We'll have a look at your energy levels as well. And we've got
and you're going to email me the smoothie recipe.
Email you the smoothie recipe and the quinoa. Exactly. So you've got those two. You've got your glycemic index.
Yes, that's great.
Map there, so that shows you what's what. And what we'll do next week then is we'll see how you're going, and then we'll talk about some other actions. So we've got our personal training session next Tuesday. How would you like a Wednesday? I've got an appointment Wednesday for the nutrition consultation.
Okay.
That's
you? Wednesday would be good.
Okay.
Maybe the same time.
Same time?
Yeah.
Perfect. Great.
And you can put that in the email as well, just to confirm.
I will do that.
Yeah, because I've got to put it in my diary.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Di.
Yes. I think you've been a great help to me. I've got some indication. And shall I don't know whether should I put what I eat. So for the next time, what I've had, the same sort of thing as that.
Yep. So I'll give you the template, so the weekly diet diary. Write down what you've eaten and how you're feeling as well, and see any different patterns and compare it to this week as well.
Yeah, no, that'll be great. It's been a great help. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you, Di. Thanks. So that was a fitness nutritional coaching session, initial consultation. So in that session, I developed rapport with Di. So just some small talk, chit chat, what you do on the weekend, that kind of things, just to make her feel a bit more comfortable, because it can be quite a threatening environment. People may have not seen a nutrition coach before, they don't know what to expect and what questions they're going to be asked. So then from there, Diane had filled in her fitness or nutritional screening questionnaire. So I had a look through that and talked about her occupation. So it's really important to talk about someone's occupation, because that can have a big influence on their diet, what they're eating, how they're eating, and if they're able to go to the gym and that kind of thing. So just talking a bit about her occupation gives me some more ideas on, how we can work to improve her diet and her fitness to achieve her goals. From there, we talked about goal setting, so what the main reason is for Di to come, and then work from there. So her main reason was that she had put on a bit of weight, her skin was breaking out, and that she was tired. So working out some really good goals around that, so that she can feel like she's moving somewhere, that she's moving towards something. So nutting out some specific goals, very important. And then from there, I had a look at her diet diary, so I had a review and just highlighted some things, and Di knew already things that she should be doing, having breakfast, etc. So as a nutritional coach, it's my role to have a look at the overall diet and see what could be improved. So even if I think, okay, that whole diet is really bad, I'd throw the whole thing away and start from scratch, that's not really going to inspire or motivate your client. So small changes more regularly is going to result in a better lifestyle and long-term sustainable change for your client. So after having had looked at the diet diary, then we agree on some actions. So 3-4 actions is probably a good amount to start with for that week. And so we looked at Di choosing grilled fish and vegetables for lunch with clients, putting nuts and snacks in the car so that she's got something to snack on, so she's not reaching for the croissants and Red Bulls and things like that. And then looking at lowering the glycemic index of her diet as a whole, starting off with lowering the glycemic index of her dinner. So instead of white pasta, for example, having quinoa as the grain. So a few actions there that we agreed on, and then follow it up with a follow-up consultation. So it's really important at the end of your consultation to set a date for the next consultation, so that they can understand, okay, by that week or by that 2 weeks, I've got to have done all this, and I know that I need to fill in my next weekly food diary as well. Also, following up if you've committed to emailing the client recipes or some information sheets, then you've really got to do that soon after the consultation. So I like to have finished everything in that day of the consultation, so things aren't left to the next day. And the client really appreciates that, because once they've come out of the consultation, that's when they'll be most motivated to change. So if you can give them the information they need and the tools they need to change, then it's highly likely they'll take those actions on board.